Yo guys, it's Shadow here and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. Right, why is there no music? There was like music a second ago, but now it's like gone again. Oh well, no music then. Anyway, so today we're gonna try and work on more of these lovely gyroscopes. And also today, if the moment you're watching this, the live stream will have happened already, but today is going to be a live stream, Space Engineers live stream, probably unveiling a lot of the new features for Heavy Industries, the next update. It might already release today, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I'm recording it right now. Right now it's like 5 p.m. local time. And the stream will start like 7 p.m. So perhaps when this goes out, the update will already be live. That is a possibility. However, let me just talk about what I've already seen so far. So there have been basically two teasery things happening. One happened on a stream that was, I think, a few days ago. Actually, it was like almost a week ago now. Basically on last week's like dev stream. They showed the teaser to armor plates. Now, armor plates as in like 10 sheets of plates that you can put on like on here. Kind of like if you like catwalks almost, but in very, very different like shapes, you know, kind of not just this shape, but you know, like a thin wedge kind of shape, angled plates and stuff like that. A whole bunch of them, which is cool. I'm pretty sure that's going to be in the update, not in the DLC. That would make sense to me. However, I'm not quite sure about these armor plates, because obviously on straight metal plates you can put these armor plates. Obviously, that makes sense, right? However, how will they work on like angled plates, you know? I cannot put a block onto here because, you know, this here is already inhabiting this block space. So I cannot put a plate on it that is going to cover this like neatly. So I'm not quite sure if that's not somehow worked around, then yeah, the armor plates, I mean, the straight ones in different forms are going to be useful, but the angled ones, I mean, you can build, like, what I find cool, you can build, like, little walkway walls. I normally did that with this kind of catwalk, you know, if I built, like, a compound, and then on top there's, like, this little, like, catwalks. But I don't like the flooring of them, so now we can do that with armor plates, which might even have more HP to be shot at, so that's cool. So they're definitely gonna have some uses for them, but again, I will be interested in how this is gonna work with the angled plates, if they can even be used for what I would like to use them. But hey, there you go. And then in the image that they posted, for example, their Steam page to announce the live stream, on that image there are a whole bunch of stuff going on that image. And I mean a whole bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure one can see the magnetic plate on that image. That was teased before. Although it looks a lot more complicated. And there's also what I find very significant. There's like a big round tank thingy in the back. Like a gas tank of some sort. And that, I would guess, is some sort of like a DLC tank, maybe a DLC gas tank, you know, for either hydrogen or oxygen. I could imagine that. But yeah, and there's a whole bunch more. There's like very interesting looking, I think they're conveyors. They're like very smooth looking round conveyor bits. You know, not like these, but like really round, like pipes. More like pipes than these. These could also be DLC, and I think one of them is also a connector, kind of a round-looking connector, which I also would suspect is DLC. And there's also like this, to the left of the image, is kind of like a round shieldy-looking thing. Cannot quite identify that. And also all the way to the right of the image, I might even put that image in the video itself, you know, just for clarity's sake. There's kind of a thruster thingy, but it looks way more complicated than that. You know, like this one has like a few like pipes on it, as you can see, right? But that one looks a lot more complicated, like a really old school like space shuttle looking thruster thing, like with a lot of crazy looking tubes and pipes all around it. So we might get a lot of interesting DLC blocks. Also, there's so much in that image going on. It's crazy. I'm sure they have like 100 blocks hidden in there or something. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to be watching the stream. Definitely going to be interesting. There's a lot of cool things coming out recently. Yesterday was, if you play Guild Wars, you know, yesterday was the lot of a cool live stream with a lot of information about the next add-on for Guild Wars, the End of Dragons thing. That was interesting as well. I watched that as well. That was amazing. So yeah, a lot of interesting things coming out right now. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that stream today. I really hope the update is going to be out, even though it's going to annoy me a little bit, because I've already recorded. But, you know, thing is, I normally do not record later in the evening, because that's when my wife is home, you know, and you just want to spend your time together, right? I think you understand. But yeah, the stream is definitely going to be interesting, for sure. I mean, again, that image, that teaser image, if you just glance over it, you're like, oh yeah, there's like 2 new blocks, but there's so much going on in that image. It's kind of crazy. Did we? Yeah, all of these are finished, aren't they? Cool. Well, now all of this will happen. All of this nonsense. And then, yeah, again, I might move some of the gyros. That is still a something that's most likely gonna happen, if I'm honest, because it just annoys me that they're not centered correctly. That is really pissing me off. It shouldn't piss me off as much as it does, but it does, definitely. Also, we're missing 16 construction components there. Curious. Alright, let's grab those as well. Just in case. Let me get those. 16. And I think we might need more of those as well. I mean, Christ. Okay, here we go. Well, at least that's solved. Very good. But yeah, again, every time basically I can, I look at that teaser image and Jesus Christ, man. I really have to put it into the video because there's so much stuff in that. That is... I really hope we get to see all of it today. Or most of it, because otherwise this is going to be annoying. I mean, they say later this month. There's not much left of this month, to be honest, if they want to stay true to their word. You know what I mean? So, they better deliver. You know. To be fair, I rather would have a functioning, well-done update than a rushed, buggy one. It's in general, you know, when it comes to games and updates, I'd rather have a completed game, a good one, than a rushed and buggy one. Speaking of which, I think at this point, I've talked to a few people. Cyberpunk apparently at this point is pretty decent. So I might pick that up next time it's on sale or something. So I have something new and interesting to play. Although, I have to say, I don't try to hype myself up too much for that game. Because I heard it is not that good as people were expecting it to be. Which is a shame, but... You know, I've had these situations before a lot of times where people were disappointed with a certain game. I still have fun with that game, but, you know, it's just about what you expect from it. That is a big part of if you're gonna enjoy it or not. You know, No Man's Sky was, I think, this is the best example. I had an absolute blast with No Man's Sky. I still do every once in a while. But I also didn't went into the game thinking that it was the greatest and most interesting and expansive and unique game ever. I knew it was just basically what freaking quadrillion or whatever many planets there are, and most of them will not differentiate much. Because it's just, you know, it's randomly generated. The thing about randomly generated is that even if it's random, like completely random, you will have to run into similar things. Because if something is truly random, then you will run into a lot of similar things. That's just how it is. You know, if you roll a dice, you can roll like 5 times the same number after each other. You can do that in a row. It's unlikely, but it can happen. You know, when you, technically, if you use like Spotify or an iPod or something, if you use the random or shuffle function, I can guarantee you that thing is not truly random. Not at all. Because if it was, then there would be instances of you having, like, let's say you have in your playlist like 1,000 songs, and then there's like 10 songs that are all from the same artist and on the same album. There's bound to be instances where you will have like 2 of these songs playing after each other from the same artist on the same album. Maybe even like song 1 and 2 after each other. And with most like random algorithms, that will not happen because people then feel that it is not random, even though it completely is. It's really a weird thing, but that's most likely how it's gonna go. If you want something to be completely random, it will oftentimes average out to a very average thing. You know what I mean? And No Man's Sky was no different. There was sometimes, you know, you will find something like a set of randomly generated things that you've never encountered before, and you were like, oh good, that is amazing. But then like 5 planets later, you're like, oh yeah, that's another barren desert moon. Hooray. You know what I mean? And the 100th time you see this, then yeah, you're gonna realize that, yeah, that's not much more in that game. If every planet is handcrafted, yeah, you will always get a unique and special experience, but then you cannot have like a quadrillion planets. That's how it is. Alright, let's do navigation tests and see how good this moves. That is pretty good. I do like that. That is decent. I do like that. That is, for me, at the moment, that is smooth enough. Turning is not easy, but I think that's pretty much what I need. Alright. I'm happy with that. I mean, we can leave it open for us to upgrade it with another row of gyros, but I think for now, we'll leave it at what it is. Which means, of course, as I already teased, we're gonna move gyroscopes. Hindsight is always 20/20. I should have known that that's gonna happen, but yeah, there you go. But I think in the end, from a visual standpoint, that's gonna be like 10 times better if we do it like that. Let's start from the top. So we're gonna move it. Oh Jesus! Yeah, that was fast. We're gonna move it like over here. So this is gonna be the row. Oh Jesus! Did you just hear that? The music came in just like, oh, I'm still here, but never mind. Oh, now it's back. Why does this turn all the time? I have the T key deactivated. It really pisses me off in this game that sometimes blocks just turn on their own volition, you know? Ugh. That is really annoying. I think I know why they do it, but it's annoying that it happens. There you go. Okay. Now this should be a bit faster than before. Because we can just basically move... Oh, whoops. That was not planned. We can just move the stuff. I don't have to travel back and forth all the time. That's useful. Why do we have scrap metal? What? That's weird. Did I just accidentally destroy bits of the material that was there in the air? Very strange. We'll see. Alright. Okay. Why do I feel I will end up with more material than I had before? That makes no sense, but it might happen. Yes, yes. There we go. Another one. But yeah, that's a lot faster than having to go back and forth all the time, but still, yeah. And then I can, again, maybe at one point I will just put some more gyros in the middle if I feel like it. Because the thing is, the ship will only get heavier. Definitely, so there might still be an instance where we want to put in more gyros. But we're ready for that. That's the good part. We are ready. Thing is, we can also do that when the ship is already completed and flying around, technically. We can then start getting material onto our ship, and while we're flying around, we can do work on the ship, you know what I mean? At least in theory. Not much more, and we're already done. Here we go. This is just how it has to be. You know, always working. No breaks. And then after this, after we've done all of the moving, I will close up this bit. And I don't even know if I want to put lots of like monitors in here, like big LCDs, because I wouldn't even know what to put on them. So I might just put the 2 stations up there as I said before and just have that be it, honestly. But yeah, we'll I think we'll decide that's very spontaneously. There we go. That's a lot better, I think, right?
Energy low.
Somehow I have the feeling I've done something wrong. No, I didn't. I mean, what we're gonna do in the end is also we're gonna put these on here. The same thing with here, we're gonna put these on, right? These blocks here. Yeah, everything is fine. I just... something in my brain told me it was wrong, but I think it's right. I think it's right. Okay. Yeah, see, here we have already done it. Here we've already done it. Excellent. There we go. That's much better. When the block doesn't turn, it's much easier to do. Praise the Lord. The Lord of Space and Clanging. There you go. Okay. Let's go to the last stretch here. So we can get this over with. And then next week is definitely gonna be an episode on the update for sure. I mean, it has to release either today or this weekend. One of two. But it has to be here by then.
Inventory full.
So we'll see how that will impact the future of the ship. I mean, there's a lot of things that I could do, but I definitely won't. Like if these like fancy conveyors, if they're gonna be a thing, then I'm not gonna switch out all the conveyors for sure. I'm not. That's just insane. But maybe some of the armor plates we might use for a few things. Other than that, I'm not 100% sure yet. But I'm sure there's going to be some interesting stuff to work with, to use.
No
Oh god.
energy.
Oh no. That's bad. Help me. There you go. Much better. Let me actually also get a drink while we're charging up. Kind of difficult to open a bottle with one hand. Yeah. Yes. Ah, there we go. Don't know if you heard that. I was difficult to say the least. Okay. Come on, baby. We'll have to get somewhere today. You know, so at least it looks different from the outside, otherwise it's gonna be depressing.
Inventory full.
It's sometimes a bit of a problem if you're doing the exterior work first and then the interior work, because you won't be able to really see much progress from outside.
Inventory full.
That can be sometimes a bit depressing, but hey, there you go. Yeah, okay, we're almost halfway there, I think.
Inventory full.
Alright. How much more? Oh, now we're pretty much halfway. Yeah.
Inventory full.
I'm trying to get this over with as quickly as possible, but Jesus Christ. You know, sometimes you just cannot help it. It's just hard work.
Inventory full.
Hard work. Speaking of hard work, right now we have a few people, or we had a few people today in our flats working on things, because one of our we have like 3 aquariums in our living room, and a few like weeks ago, or actually it's now more than a month ago, one of them actually broke. We were like on holiday, and when we came back, my wife suddenly noticed that one of the aquariums had no more water in it, like nothing. And we were looking, and you know, there was a bit of water like on the piece of furniture where the aquarium was on. There was a bit of water dripping down there, but on the floor there was basically nothing. It was
Inventory full.
dry almost. And you know, we told our landlord, and he sent over a few people, and now basically we're gonna have to replace the whole flooring, because the water probably, as we suspect, the water all got sunk into the floorboards while we were on holiday, and it all basically is still in there, or at least, you know, it's wet in there, so they have to fix that now. And then a whole new floor is gonna get put in. It's a bit annoying, but, you know. But it was really like a freak accident, seriously, because honestly, the aquarium, it had like a big, long, like a crack on the bottom of it. I don't know how it happened. We cannot really explain it, but it happened. It was weird, but it happened. So now, yeah, I have to let a few people do their thing over the next few weeks. But, you know, we're getting through that. It's all fine, but still, it's still kind of baffling me how something like that could have happened. I don't know. It's some kind of... I cannot even fathom I cannot even begin to make sense of it. Maybe it was some sort of tension in the glass that someday suddenly it was like clink and it's gone. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. But it must have been something like that, because otherwise it makes no sense. The glass doesn't just freaking burst. And you know, our cats couldn't have been it. The glass of that aquarium is pretty thick. And again, it's on the bottom. They couldn't have gotten to that. So, yeah. We're a bit stumped by this, but, you know, it's all fine. For the most part, at least. But, yeah. But it's good that the guy that is responsible for then putting in the new flooring once everything is ready said, oh yeah, that flooring stuff that you have on there, the tiles, they're like super annoyingly, you know, they basically they don't make them anymore, and the reason why they don't make these anymore is because they're annoying to deal with. So he said, we'll put in new and more, you know, useful floor tiling from a material that's better to work with, and it will actually fit with a lot of our furniture that's in there, because it's a bit darker than the one that was there before. So hey, win-win situation here. And I mean, you know, the insurance should pay for something like that, because that was a complete freak accident. So that should be, as far as I know, it's gonna get paid by our insurance, so that's nice. But still, it is still baffling me. You know, you come home and suddenly one of the aquariums is empty. Completely empty. It was really a weird moment, but yeah. Okay. That is starting to look how it's supposed to. Alright, and now we'll put these in. Alright. And that is correct, is it? Yes, that is exactly how it is on the other side. Most excellent.
Energy low.
You know what? I can also, like, put lights in here in the middle, at least for now. Even though maybe that is a bad idea if we want to put in more gyroscopes later, but it would look very nice, wouldn't it? I feel that would look very, very nice. I think I'll decide spontaneously next episode, or next proper episode, I should say, how we do this exactly, but yeah. Okay, I just want to basically close the whole thing up at least. So I feel like I did something today. At least I got the feeling. Alright.
Energy critical.
Okay. Yes, now we just need to put in, yes, these here. Actually, let me put them in from here. That's a bit easier. And there you go. Maybe I'm actually gonna punch a hole, like, somewhere in the front so we can just fly in still, because otherwise it's gonna be annoying, but I'm trying to close off the rest of it at least for today.
No energy.
Yes, yes, I know, I know. Got it under control. It's fine. Jesus, it's like super warm again. The whole day it rained and it looked miserable, and now it's sunshine and lollipops again, and it's freaking hot. I hate that kind of weather, you know, at least be one kind of weather. Either be nice all day or be like freaking rain and torrential downpour. But, my god, super annoying. Also, I'll have to look into something this week because, again, I've been, cleaning up my Warhammer stuff recently. And now I got pretty much everything sorted. And of course, I put everything in an Excel list because that's what I do when I do something. Or, like, most things I do start with an Excel list with me. So that's how it goes, right? And now I'm pretty much ready and have an overview over what I have. So maybe this week I'm gonna get myself some painting supplies and I'm gonna start painting miniatures again. I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I did that. I hope I can still do it because I was decent at it at least. You know, decent in a way that if you look at from like a medium distance, like from the other side of the table, if you look at my miniatures, they look pretty decent or pretty good actually. So, you know, if I can attain that standard again, that'd be nice. I'll have to see. And I don't even know if we're ever gonna play again Warhammer, but at this point I'm just happy, you know, collecting the models and painting them. And it also makes it so that if I don't play, I can really be a bit more, like, adventurous with modeling the different things, because I know there's like sometimes a bit, especially in tournament settings, although there I understand it, but there's sometimes a like purist in this hobby that will say, oh, if your model has 2 hand weapons, you cannot say that it has a shield. But you know, I don't want to like buy 500 models and all equip them in the proper way just so I can play something different every time, you know. And often I put stuff into them. Make the models like I want them to look, like that they look cool. So yeah. Anyway, okay. So now, actually, that's a pretty cool look with the shadow there. That's a pretty good look here, I have to say. I like it. So that is done. Meaning next time we're gonna put in the lights. We're gonna put in the controls in there, everything that we need, and then once we close this up, then I think we're ready for the next exterior step. And the next exterior step is going to be a huge and important one, and it's going to decide a lot of things about the design of the ship. It's going to be basically the thrusters. We're going to have to put in thrusters everywhere, and we're going to have to try and see how well it can handle acceleration and such. And if our reactor is actually enough, if we need more like smaller reactors and such. Although actually we'll probably need uranium. Maybe that's also a thing that we could do next time. Try to find uranium somehow, you know. But yeah, anyway. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and take care.